Solving quadratic equation by extracting the square root. Example number 1. 3x squared is equal to 24. Quadratic equation in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 must have a value of a which is equal to 1 if not a perfect square. In this case, we need to divide both sides by 3. So we have to divide 3 on the left and 3 on the right side. That gives you x squared is equal to 8 coming from 24 divided by 3. Get the square root of both sides. That is, the square root of x squared is x, and the square root of 8 is a positive and negative square root of 8. We retain that value, giving you a solution set of positive square root of 8 and negative square root of 8, since it's not a perfect square. Solving quadratic equation by completing the square. For this example is x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0. First thing that you would do is you transfer the constant to the right side. That would be x squared plus 8x. Positive 15 becomes negative 15. After that, you complete the left side to make it a perfect square trinomial. So that would be x squared plus 8x. Divide your bx here with 2, and after that the quotient will be squared. So in this case, 8 divided by 2 is 4, and you square 4. What you do to the left side, do it also on the right side to maintain the equality. After that, you simplify this, x squared plus 8x plus 16, same thing with the other side. Now, since this is now a perfect square trinomial, you can get its factors, which is x plus 4 squared, the quantity of x plus 4 squared. And the other side, once you simplify this, gives you an answer of 1. Now we go back to extracting the square root. So we take the square root of the left side and the square root of the right side. We will be left with x plus 4 and positive and negative 1. So you transfer the 4 to the right side, becomes negative 4. So that would give you x is equal to, the first root is 1 minus 4, that would be negative 3. That's your x sub 1. And let's take the other root, which is the negative 1 minus 4. So that would give you an x sub 2 of negative 5. So your solution set is negative 3 and negative 5. There. Solving quadratic equation by completing the square, example number 2. In this case, c is already at the right side. So what we will do is we divide the bx with 2. So that becomes x squared minus 3x added with half of the middle term, which you need to square. That same will be added to the right side to maintain the equality. Then we simplify x squared minus 3x plus negative 3 squared is 9, 2 squared is 4, that will be 4 plus 9 over 4. After that, since it's already a perfect square trinomial, we will take its factors, which would be x, and then the square root of that one is 3 over 2. Since the middle term is negative, we take this to be negative and we square them, which is equal to the right side. We should have similar fractions, so meaning 4 will have a denominator of 4 also, like that of its adjacent fraction. So that means the denominator of 4 here is 1. 4 divided by 4 is 4, times 4 is 16. That is 16 over 4 is equal to 4. So we continue with x minus 3 over 2 squared is equal to 16 plus 4 16 plus 9 rather, is equal to 25. We copy the same denominator for both of them. So that would give you, now to extracting the square root. We take the square root of the left side and the square root of the right side. That means x minus 3 over 2 is equal to the square root of 25 is 5 and the square root of 4 is 2. After that, that's positive and negative. Then we continue with transferring this expression to the right side. X is equal to plus minus 5 over 2 plus 3 over 2. Negative becomes positive once transferred to the right side. So we take the first root to be the positive root 5 over 2 plus 3 over 2. That means your x sub 1 is equal to 8 over 2, which is equal to 4. On the right side, we have x, which is the negative root 5 over 2 plus 3 over 2. So that would give you negative 2 over 2, which your f sub 2 is equal to negative 1, giving you a solution set of 4 and negative 1. There you go.